particular individual is not retarded. This particular individual is not retarded.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. It's Farmer Hodge the God, and I'm back. No guest tonight. It's just me talking shit. Buckle up. I got a lot of shit to talk about. Today, I'm not even going to waste a lot of time. I'm going to get right into it. But first, I'm going to waste a little bit of time getting my head right. Right? Because all this genius doesn't come for free. All right, you got to feed the beast. Oh, boy. Oh, matter of fact, I think I already got, I got 2 bowls left. So today, we're going back to the classic. We're going to be off the volcano as per usual. But before we get that lovely mist in our system, get that going. Okay. Power up that baby right there. Oh, un momento. Y'all enjoy the sights and sounds while I plug my volcano in. Un momento. I'm back. Don't worry. The God is back. Have no fear. Let me start that bad boy up. Gotta be ready here, lickety split. Oh, and just to make sure we get a nice, comfy night's sleep, let's go ahead and get this Eddie in. Okay? Because the vape is going to get us nice and creative. This Eddie is going to kick in right when the show goes off. And I'm going to fuck to sleep. Now, I've got some feedbacks for some homies and for some other folks saying I curse too much. I disagree. I think that shit is funny. And I feel like when I don't curse, I'm not being myself. And what y'all know about me, I really don't give a shit about anything or anybody's opinion of me. Because big bank take little bank. Okay? If y'all not paying no bills, shut the fuck up. God damn it. Oh, so right here I got the Lakers game on. And the Lakers are fucking around as usual. Had a big ass lead and now they're only up by 6. And fuck me. Now they're only up by 3. Oh, damn it. I like Dennis Schroeder, but sometimes I feel like he don't see people. People be wide open. He always wants to shoot. Like he just shot right now. Punch bars. If anybody works for Punch Bar, ever sees my show, or stores in Bickle who make the volcano, please, niggas looking for sponsors. Now, I have a new system here. I'm going to see how the screen share works. On the agenda for tonight, because I was pretty organized today. Fuck! Found a nigga. Oh! It's like we're watching it together. So let me read you the agenda. I'm going to try to stay on script tonight. I mean, I'm not going to stay on script, but I'm going to try. So on the agenda tonight, we have the American Farmers Party Manifesto reading. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start reading the American Farmers Party Manifesto at the start of every show, right? To build a momentum and to get it. Because, you can repeat shit. I watch these others. They say the same shit over again and start to let that germinate a little bit and take root. My fight with the city of Orange. They not ready. We're going to go into that. The wet ass pussy kerfuffle. Actually, I'm going to do wet ass pussy before. Yeah, I'm going to do wet ass pussy. And then I'm going to go to the shooting in Atlanta. My apologies to Asians. Then I'm going to go into my fight with the city of Orange. And then I'm going to NBA storylines that I can't stand right now. And if I have time, I'm going to go into my driver's license situation, and the 4 F's of relationships. Hint, one of those words is fuck. Okay. Oh, I got my man. Tyrone, what up, player? That's the Army homeboy. We got a lot of stories we can tell. One day, Tyrone, me, you, Bradley, and Turner, and maybe I always forget my man's name, South Carolina. You from South Carolina too. I think you from South Carolina. The little nigga. He was funny. All right, we're gonna do a reunion show. Okay. And yes, I did get a haircut. By the way, I don't know about y'all, but I ain't been in a barber in over fucking, when did Rona start? And I probably needed a haircut, probably like a year and 4 months. Shit is crazy. I don't know. Do y'all go to the barber? I need to get a poll software. I need people to start voting on shit. The Lakers only up by 2. Fuck out of here. All right. So without further ado, hold on. I'm about to bag up, y'all. Bags. And play that and play little theme music for y'all. Hold on. Bags. Yeah. If I'm off beat, it's because of the video. I'm going to get it again when my bag's ready. So, on the agenda tonight, Farmers Party Manifesto reading. All right. I want y'all to read along with me. So let me pull it up here. Let's go to screen share. I don't have it over here. I have it right here. Perfecto. All right. Party people. We are the farmers, not in the literal sense that each of us till the land, but in the metaphorical sense that we are connected to the land and our food supply. Remember, this is about politics. And in these times of crippling division, to the point that the functioning of our national government is cartoonishly inept, it is up to us, the farmers. I didn't look at the farmers. This camera's so little. To right the ship. In order to heal the wounds that divide America along culture, our time demands a political party that can cut through those divisions to focus on what is needed to bind the workers of America, liberty and fairness. The American Farmers Party is unwaveringly focused on liberty and fairness as our core organizing principles. Our 5 pillars, not of Islam, but it's 5 pillars, that fork from that central theme are justice, health, work, education, and housing. Smoke break. For example, the AMF, American Farmers Party, is in opposition to all manifestations of the police state, whether that be incarceration of nonviolent drug offenders, cash bail, racial profiling, private prisons, mandatory sentencing, and the list goes on. The AMF believes free people make for a fair nation. We believe access to good health care is a right, not a privilege. We believe that all of our children deserve a world-class education regardless of their birthright. We believe that workers deserve respect and an opportunity to live out their lives unburdened by unnecessary complexities. See, nobody ever talks about complexities. I think that should be a theme that can bind us. I'm freestyling right here. If you work, pay your taxes, and obey the laws of the land, you have a decent place to live and food on the table, and your children will have the same opportunities afforded to them as the economically privileged. Let's flatten the playing field. The American Farmers Party is purposely neutral on all social and cultural issues. This is the key point. There's 2 key points that differentiate the American Farmers Party, what makes us unique. The game's fucking tied now. Fuck out of here. Whether you are a pro-life, culturally conservative person living in West Virginia or a pro-choice, culturally progressive person living in Brooklyn, New York, what binds us is that we are all farmers. We are the labor of this nation. We are no longer going to allow the puppeteers to control us with cultural divisions which dilute our power. We have the power of numbers, and we will advocate on our behalf vociferously and relentlessly. We believe that life in America has become too complex. We believe opportunity has become more and more elusive for the poor, the workers of America. We demand liberty, fairness, and evidence by work, health, education, housing, and justice. We cannot and will not be divided on issues of culture, be they race, gender, sexuality, or other. We remain focused. Our test is simple. Does the issue at hand have implications to one of the 5 pillars? If it does, we take a position. If it does not, if not, we don't. We will not have superdelegates, donors, lobbyists, or any other form of rank. Where does the other part come in? I didn't talk about that. Okay, I'm going to bring it up. I don't have it in here. We are the community of farmers, each with a job to do and a voice to be heard. All AMF members will belong to a community that has each other's back. We will fight for one another when the bill collectors come harassing. We have the numbers. Millions of us fighting together against corrupt politicians, collection agencies, insurance companies, and any entity that impacts our liberty and fairness. We will fight. We are the American Farmers Party. Now, what I don't say in there, let me go back to default. What I didn't say, and I neglected to mention, was that the American Farmers Party is going to be built on the blockchain. All right. For those, Dupree, you right. Dupree, that's his name, Tyrone. The American Farmers Party is going to be built on blockchain technology. So what that means is that our platforms, our candidates, our positions, everything we do will be enforced by contract, right? So there is no breaking your word as a politician because the party itself is the politician is just a vehicle, a vessel for the work that's done on the ground. So it's going to be a very bottom up community. And it'll be like a social platform that is your political party, as opposed to political parties as they exist today, which you only engage in every 4 years, essentially. There it is. And I have the website reserved. I haven't actually started building it. It's going to be AmericanFarmersParty.com, I believe, or I don't know if it's .com, .org, or whatever the fuck. Oh, the Lakers went up by 8. If you're interested in your political, you can DM me, pause. If you're a man, yay if you're a woman. And we can talk about, especially anybody who's tech-based or has built movements like that, please reach out. I can code in Ethereum. I want to base it on Ethereum, not Bitcoin, because Ethereum has, I think, more features that are conducive for party building and contract enforcement. How you doing? That's done. It's hard for me to be organized. Issue 2, the wet ass pussy kerfuffle. Let's get into it. Let's go right to the screen share. Oh, let me set it up first. Now, here's a little hint. I don't agree with anybody, and that's the beauty of me. Right, I'm gonna play this video from Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens clutching their pearls because of the wet ass pussy Cardi B song with Megan the Horse at the Grammys. All right, so let's check it out and let's click play.
That's the question. Well, we learned last night at the Grammy Awards. Here's a clip of the only portion we could play you.
Now, one thing, hold up. I want to mention here before we continue. It's funny how these niggas are so appalled, but they keep playing it. It's like, oh, look at this. Look at this awful mess. Come on. That's the only part you can play? The part where her fat ass is bouncing on her pussy? That's the only part that was playable? What's not playable? Come on. We all know what's going on there. That's just titillation for the we can't have no reunion. Somebody might get some calls. We don't. Right. All right, we're going to screen share. Let's keep playing. Listen to these Republicans clutching their pearls.
No more Dumbo. Too filthy. We get that instead. Candace Owens is the author of Blackout and the host of Candace. She joins us today. Candace Owens, thanks so much for coming on. It's hard not to conclude they're intentionally trying to degrade our culture and hurt our children.
I mean, absolutely, Tucker. I mean, Dr. Seuss, gone. Mr. Potato Head, problematic, not enough genders available. We've seen going through the supermarket as a traumatizing experience. We lost Aunt Jemima last year. We lost Land O'Lakes butter last year. We lost Uncle Ben and his rice last year because everything is so traumatizing for children to look at.
Uncle Ben and his rice. Like, that nigga owned it.
But this spectacle, virtually what we were looking at last night was a lesbian sex scene being simulated on television, and this is considered feminist. It's iconic, it's forward, it's progressive, it's the way the world's going, Tucker, and if you don't see that, it's because you're a bigot. You don't understand. This is the way the world needs to go. I 100% agree with you in the assessment that this feels more sinister. This is starting to me to seem like it's not even left or right. It's not a political issue. This seems like an attack on American values.
Okay, so that's enough. It's more of that bullshit. And let's break down what she said. Number one, what is the biggest thing that you always hear people like her, basically all the right wing and the soon to be right wing like Bill Maher, and I still like Joe Rogan, but he kind of moves that direction too. What are they always talking about? Cancel culture, right? That's the thing. Because she even referenced it there, like, oh, we don't have Dr. Seuss anymore. You do, just not the racist ones. Get over your fucking self. We don't have Mr. Potato Head. Oh, I didn't even hear about that one, but who gives a fuck, right? But what she's suggesting is, let's cancel Cardi B, right? Otherwise, why the fuck you talking about it in such stark terms like it's sinister? Like this is literally like life or death. Like this music or this performance is so, it's the music too, and the performance is so bad that it should be canceled. So that's a fucking foul, man. You got to listen to the words they say, right? Because they're very big to ignore. Yeah, who is it? Who is it? I'm doing my show, man. Go to bed anyway. It's 12:30. Who are you talking to? My daughter always seems to come downstairs right as I'm doing my show. This is a hostile work environment. Now, here's where I land. Oh, before I do that, let me show you a clip from last year, 2020. Guess who was talking about who on whose show back in September of 2020? Ooh, I need a producer. This show would be much smoother if I actually had somebody else click the buttons. This is a one-man band here. Now, this is September 2020.
No, I was just being very honest, and I did not mean it as an insult to Cardi B. If anything, it was me calling out the DNC and the Democrats for insulting Black America by platforming her and her nonsense and her ignorance as... Okay. So clearly, Candace Owens wants to eat Cardi B's pussy. She's clout chasing and trying to ride the coattails to get a beef with her, which she did. They had a Twitter beef. Now, guess what? Pearl clutching, cancel culture embracing Candace Owens is doing because Cardi B responded to a fight that she started. You guessed it. Like all pearl clutching, cancel culture enthusiasts, she's suing her.
Oh, fuck, my phone died. I can't do my buttons. Right, that's right. She started the fight talking shit about her. Cardi B talked shit back about her on Twitter. Candace is suing Cardi B. Punk shit. Now, here's where I stand on it. I don't have a problem with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion twerking and bumping their box on stage. I don't have a problem with Instagram hoes clapping their butt cheeks. I don't follow them hoes because that's tricking. That's the worst kind of tricking because these hoes is getting paid. You're not even fucking them. You worse than a trick, right? All y'all men need to go out there and stop following these hoes. You just paying them for nothing, right? But I digress, okay? But what I do have a problem with is that you can't criticize it or you can't even suggest that some of the things they say and do were inappropriate or at least not ladylike, right? If you a hoe, that's fine, but you are a hoe. Now, I'm not offended by it the way this chick was or Tucker Carlson with that stuck on stupid look he always has on his face, but I'm not going to empower, I'm not going to lift them up or like say, look girls, look what you can become when you grow up. But I don't give a shit how much money she makes. I would not want my daughter doing what she does. And that's okay. You can be a little bit culturally conservative and not be a complete asshole. And as a black man who hates white people, you can also be a tidbit culturally conservative without being nuts or a complete asshole. All right? I think when you try to control other people's behavior, you are a malignant form of conservatism. Conversely, when you try to control people's criticism behavior, then you are a left-wing equivalent of that. It's not fascism, but it's definitely big brotherish, right? And it's judgmental and it's exclusionary. It's its own form of exclusion, which basically you're punishing people for having an opinion, right? I'm not saying you can't be a hoe. What I'm saying is, don't be mad at me if I say, look at that hoe shit. Right? Now, I was listening to Too Short today. Now, we've always had vulgar music. And in some respects, it was more vulgar when we were listening to rap from the late 80s and early 90s. I was just listening to Too Short. I'm not your everyday bump a bitch. My gold rings coming from spit. I mean, shit was just hella vulgar, right? But guess what? It never came on the radio. TV, you could fucking forget about it. The only way you could possibly see some shit was on the box. And TV wasn't playing nothing real. Okay, the radio station wasn't playing that shit, and it still went platinum. So there's a time, space, and place for everything. Okay, we got Grammy Awards, and remember the controversy when Janet Jackson Little Nip came out on the Super Bowl halftime, and these chicks straight up grinding and bumping boxes on stage. I can see how somebody wouldn't want to watch that, right? I don't think old people or really young people should really see that. An adult, sure, fine. But I don't think that is a family-friendly performance. But it shouldn't be illegal or be a whole goddamn segment on TV. And if the Grammys want to go that direction, then just don't watch the Grammys. Now, the only thing why I think it might be reasonable to help dissuade or to prevent, somebody from watching it is just have a little warning. I don't know if they had a warning because I don't give a fuck about award shows. It's just not in my wheelhouse. But as long as you warn the people, I'm fine with it. But at the same time, them bitches is hoes. Next. Oh, the shooting in Atlanta. So I have to issue my first public apology and retraction. I've said on the show, actually for 2 days, I was making fun of the whole Stop Asian Hate movement because I said, who fucking hates Asians? Their SAT scores are fine, yada, yada, yada. And then there's this fucking shooting and some racist dude shoots a bunch of Asian people because apparently there are people who hate Asians. So I'm sorry. The joke was good. Well, you know, bad timing, right? But let's talk about the Atlanta shooting. Now, I'm going to play you the video of the press conference. You had the mayor and blah, 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 and then this white nigga's talking, who I guess is, I don't know if he's the chief of police or just like the little deputy chief of police or some shit. So let me go back here to screen share. Those are my notes. All right, where'd it go? All right, listen to this. It's about a minute.
That is the only survivor. We had 4 killed and 1 survived.
Your comment stated that the suspect was perhaps upset at these locations for allowing him to have an outlet for his addiction. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, let me go into a little bit of detail. So the suspect did take responsibility for the shootings. He said that early on once we began the interviews with him. He claims that these, and as the chief said, this is still early, but he does claim that it was not racially motivated. He apparently has an issue, what he considers a sex addiction, and sees these locations as something that allows him to go to these places, and it's a temptation for him that he wanted to eliminate. Like I said, it's still early on, but those were comments that he made.
Did he discuss any kind of religious motivation for this, or was he responsible?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of.
Or political?
None political. I've heard nothing about politics.
Any sense of his social media history? Is that something you've been able to look at?
That's something that investigators, and they've been working on it along, and that's certainly one of the things they'll be doing.
Sheriff, did you have the sense that he understood the gravity of what he did?
When I spoke with investigators, they interviewed him this morning, and they got that impression that yes, he understood the gravity of it, and he was pretty much fed up and kind of at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
Okay. That's the part I really wanted you to hear. Now, if you're new to this country and don't know how things work here in America, let me tell you what will not happen. You will not kill a bunch of people and have the cops in real time during a live broadcast make excuses for you. Well, you know, he's having a bad day. I mean, what do you do to have bad days? You shoot a bunch of people. I mean, come on, give the guy a break. That don't happen. Not for black people or white people. But apparently, yes, it does happen for white people. Certain white people in certain places. Or, fuck, I don't know. They were buying other nigga in, the white nigga in, was that South Carolina, killed the people in church. He got like McDonald's. I don't know what's up with y'all. But the nigga literally sat there and said he was having a bad day and he couldn't, he was fed up. Do you hear yourself? The other part that was interesting, I don't know if you can hear the question, but you can hear the answer, where he said that the motivation was because he has a sex addiction and it's not racially motivated. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Atlanta before, but they got plenty hoes in Atlanta that aren't Asian. They got black hoes, white hoes, just all type of hoes. Little boy hoes and girl hoes, just hoes. The city is full of hoes. I think it might have the highest concentration of hoes in the world, next to like Thailand or some shit. Or no, Dominican Republic. They got hoes. But no, it's full of hoes. Now, I used to live in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. There ain't a whole lot of Asians in Atlanta. So if you kill go on a shooting spree at a couple different locations and only kill Asian people, and you're a white dude who looks the way you look, sorry to stereotype shooter looking guy, it's racially motivated. All right, you not to kill those unless like these are people he knew or something, but apparently that's not the case. So that's why I should defund the police. These motherfuckers are not good at their job. So we have a killer, lone white male, incel looking right winger, goes on a shooting spree, kills a bunch of minority folks, all the same race. And it's in Atlanta. There's not a lot of Asians there, but it's not racially motivated. You're for sure about that. You've already done an investigation. I mean, fuck else I was going to say. I think when you're more organized it doesn't allow for you to waste time like searching for your thoughts. So that makes the show go faster. Whatever. I did the all right. So let's get. I don't know why my thing stopped again. I think I hit the button. Anyway, NBA storylines that pissed me off. I consume a lot of sports news, so the new thing is James Harden has now supplanted Joel Embiid as the front runner for MVP, while LeBron in both cases has kind of been everybody's number 2 and some people's number 1. Here's why all that is bullshit. Now, I'm not going to focus on the Embiid thing since he's hurt, right? But I'm going to start with him. Embiid can't be MVP, right? I don't give a shit if he comes back and averages 75 points a game. He's already missed 8 games, and now he's going to be out 2 weeks. So he ended up missing, 15 games, something like that. The season's shortened. It's 72 games. That's whatever fucking percent that is of 72. 20? I don't know. You can't miss 20% of the games and be the MVP. Next, James Harden. James Harden is disqualified for 2 reasons. The way he got out of Houston, and I have no problem with player empowerment. I'm all for it. I give a fuck about owners. Okay. But you got teammates. And I'm going off how the teammates responded, namely Cousins and Wall. Basically said, man, you foul. Oh yeah, Garfield Turner. Oh, is he on right now? My broadcast stopped and it started again. So if Turner's there, I don't see him. Yeah, so you got teammates, and Harden threw his teammates under the bus with that bullshit, and that was like for 9 games. Again, we got a shortened season. Let's just round up to 10, and let's round down to 70, right? For 1/7 the season, Harden was a horrible person, basketball-wise. So that's like going over for 10 games. Do we like? It's not like it's last year. That's this year. He played for Houston this year. So you have to factor in his value to both teams. And nobody on sports radio is saying that but me. Think about it. You're the most valuable player, right? The most valuable player award. Your value is to the team or teams you play for. It's a regular season award, not a regular partial season award. Oh, Turner. What up, boy? Sergeant Turner. That man's funny and he country as hell. Hey, we're going to have a reunion show. Me, you, Simmons, Bradley, and Dupree. And anybody else funny. So it's the most valuable player. Player on what? Player on team or teams. What was James Harden's value for 1/7 of the year? Right? So even if he's of supreme value for the next 6/7 of the season, it would have to be so great that it outweighed the next closest MVP candidate such that mathematically it doesn't even matter, the 1/7. But there's more. There's more reasons why James Harden cannot be the MVP. Wait for it. I need some more explosions. You can't be MVP with the big 3. You want to do it? Yeah. Hey, you speaking my language. I don't know. Simmons might be too square for that, Turner. So, you know. And Bradley like white girls. So. You can't be MVP when your team got a big 3. Explosion. I need explosion. I repeat, I want this to go viral. I just want to make sure I get my credit. Name my shows. I said it first for a reason. You can't be MVP if your team got a big three. Period. Point blank. It speaks for itself, but let me go ahead and elaborate for you slow learners. KD, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson once played together. You could have easily said, I'm put that on there. I got your punk too. You could have easily made a case that year that KD or Curry could have been MVP. But you know what? Nobody even mentioned it because it was understood. You can't be the fucking MVP. It's a big three. When have you ever seen somebody get MVP on a team with a big three? And the arguments they used against LeBron somehow don't exist anymore. Because I remember when he was balling out, dragging Cleveland to the championships every year, people say, oh, he don't play defense. Does fucking James Harden play defense? Who's the other person they talk about when they don't talk about LeBron or Harden? Because Embiid's kind of fading now because he's hurt. Jokic. Does Jokic play defense? Are the Nets good defensively? No. Are the Lakers? Yes. Is LeBron the best player on the team? Yes. Is LeBron the number one statistically rated defender on his man in the league this year? Yes. It's not a storyline MVP because it's his 18th year, although that is fucking amazing. He's the best player in the league on the best team of in their defending champs. And watch. People are always going to look and reach for a reason to pick somebody other than LeBron. The man has 4 MVPs. He should have like 8. Russell Westbrook shouldn't have got that up. Russell Westbrook. That was LeBron's. What's the nigga name from Chicago? What's the nigga name from Chicago? He used to be fast. And then he got slow with all them knee problems. Who am I talking about? Derrick Rose. That's LeBron's chip. And one of them Curry ones should have been LeBron. He should have 7 at least. Okay? But they're going to keep searching and reaching for a reason to make it anybody but LeBron. Right? And I just want y'all to think about how the fuck can anybody but LeBron be the MVP this year? Right? And it's the same, that's what I was saying. The same people that are going to look for reasons not to vote for him are the same people as always say that LeBron's got sycophants throughout the media. Really? Because all I see is haters. The people that like him are like 2. Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright. Everybody else hates LeBron. Facts. Now, I'm going to end on this random thought. Yeah. I just need a little break so I can drink my water. Oh, damn, I forgot to turn this off. The bags today. The 4 F's of relationship. I'm going to compare and contrast men and women. So, like, I wish I had a diagram. So, imagine, like, circles, right? There's this one that men and women... Oh, that's called a Venn diagram. So, this word overlaps. These 2 F's, men and women have the same. But these 2 F's, I don't know if this one's F's, but this one is, are different, where we diverge. So, we're going to the 4 F's of relationships. Okay. There's fun and fucking. That's one side of the equation. And for the other side, for females, it's financial and physical, which is phonetically an F. Fiscal. So Fun and fucking. That's the one that is shared by both men and women. What's fun? You want to come home because the person that you live with, married to, whatever the fuck, engaged to, date, or whatever, is just a joy to be around, right? Sometimes everybody can get on your nerves, even your best friends get on your nerves, but typically as an adult, you look forward to opportunities to spend time with your friends. Why? Because it's like a pressure release valve. You know, these are the motherfuckers that make me laugh and have a good time with. If when you go home and you have if you have trepidation or tension in your neck, you don't feel good about it, you just more like, oh, and you wish you were somewhere else, that person fails the fun F. All right? A fun person, you can have, here's how you know you have a fun person. Y'all can have fun in the house together. All right? Think about it. That's the do or die, make or break of relationships. Meaning, do y'all like to cook? Watch the same shows, cook together, watch the same shows, play board games, cards, whatever the fuck it is people do at home to entertain themselves, read books, you know. If you're at home and you guys just can't be around each other, you don't have the fun. So that's one weak link there. The other F is fucking, right? Fucking is a very powerful F. And a lot of times, if the magnetic force, the gravitational pull of that F is so strong, it can outweigh the other F's. And you can be in bad relationships because the F is so good on that side. Conversely, you can have all three of the other F's. These other two you're going to get to in a second, right? But this F is little. Those relationships tend to last when it's a beta male, like cuckold type, because she'll stay with a nigga and just fuck around, right? I'm gonna get into that in a second. Now the other two for women, now I'm gonna focus on women. Their other two F's are financial and physical, the protection side, right? When I say physical, we're not talking about fucking now, we're talking about physical protection, bears and intruders, right? Think about it from a biological sense. We lived in forests or jungles. It was, bears or lions, depending on where you come from, right? So women needed a strong man because they want that motherfucker to wield the axe, the arrow, the goddamn sword, whatever they're going to use to fight these motherfucking bears, right? They're not fighting the bears. They want you to fight the bears, right? And then other niggas, right? You got the other you got different fucking villages and fucking people fighting and shit. You need a man to protect you. Still today, you go out, you're at a restaurant, and something happened, or a club, and somebody, put hands on you. You want a man that's going to stand in front, right? And that's all it is for that. You look at relationships, but in the financial too, because financial is a modern day form of muscle, right? Because we still have that primal instinct, fear of Exactly. All of them are random. That's why I do this show. It's kind of like just me taking notes. Right? I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking about yesterday? I can just play this shit back. Right? So financial wasn't a thing, what's that called? Prehistoric times or whatever. But now it's like a form of power that is equivalent to physical power. Right? And that's what I'm saying. These F's, think of them like, if they're perfectly balanced, it's one thing. But usually it's going to be this F is bigger or this one's bigger, right? So when you got a gang of money, when you got a big old F over here, you can have a little old dick over here. and vice versa. Don't need a lot of money. Okay? They're not mutually exclusive. They're inversely proportional, right? If you look at this F and that F, and this F and that F. Okay? I didn't have any clothes on. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck. Somebody asked me a question. Something you want to learn or know from Hodge. Oh, I could tell y'all the story about Orange, but yeah, I'm going to give you a little hint. So As y'all might know, I have a cannabis company, and we're competing for a vertical license here in the great state of New Jersey. I'm being ironic. It's not a great state, but it is a great state because one day I may be governor. Who knows? The American Farmers Party might run me as its first candidate. God damn it. So we have our operation based in the great city of Orange, New Jersey. Wink, wink. And we were given permission by a signed and handwritten letter by the mayor of that town, because that was part of the application process. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the city, okay, for a chance to win a license here in New Jersey. Now, just the other day, let me back up. And then the voters of New Jersey passed an amendment to the Constitution by the tune of 67 and 33. And in America, nothing passes by that amount. And the voters specifically in Orange did 76 to 24. Okay? Now, these dipshits on the council just passed the ordinance to ban cannabis. Okay? But we already had the permission, and we already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. So on April 6th is the second reading of the ordinance where people have room for public comment. We're going to start a movement. I need all my isaiditfirsters to follow along. I'll send out information on where to click the link to join the Zoom call. We're going to basically have a denial of service attack on them. I want thousands of people to join this meeting. Blow their fucking head up. And then they're legally obligated to read all public comments into the record. Right? So you get the opportunity to raise your hand, right? You know, Zoom has the hand raise feature, and they'll let X number of people speak, but not necessarily everybody. They can stop that. They can't stop the reading of, right? So if you send the email to the email address I will provide, soon, in enough time before the April 6th, they have to read it into the record. So what I want to have is fucking thousands of letters sent in, and I got to read all of them. So that'll be hours and hours. We're going to prove to these motherfuckers we're not playing around. Okay? That plus, if you can, show up to the Zoom meeting. I'm going to give y'all more information over the next few days. But yeah, this is a political fight, and maybe this is where the God Hodge finally gets into politics, stops just talking shit about it, actually gets involved. And with that, I'm going to say peace. I'm out. I'm not doing a show anymore on Fridays, just Monday through Thursdays, because Friday's my turn-up day. The kids are now consistently going to their mama's house, and, hoes need attention too. Peace. It's the God.